Welcome back. All right, so I hope you're having a good week. Of course, the content's still rolling out on the channel a lot. And I, the entertainment guy, just kidding. But seriously, I now have a Darth Vader shirt that matches the hat and the jacket that I have at home. So that's great. I'm going to be able to Darth Vader it up. I guess that qualifies for Halloween. Anyways, all that aside, there is some news of the day to talk about in the hockey world. It was asked on the Discord today by the one person who was posting whether or not people were still alive and where everybody is. So if you want to jump onto the Discord, it is in the description to the videos, I do believe. Pretty sure it's in the description to every video that I have, as is various other items that I understand people don't look at the description, so I get it. I totally get it. All right, news of the day. Let's get into it. So the New Jersey Devils have signed Nolan Foote to a one-year extension. It is a two-way deal. I didn't see what the numbers were on how much it was at the NHL level as well as the AHL level, so I apologize for that. Nolan Foote, one of those players who definitely makes sense on a two-way deal. He has played in the NHL. He has some NHL experience, but he also does end up playing the AHL often. Chris Johnston is reporting that Austin Matthews is set to become the next captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs. I didn't do a video on John Tavares. I felt like it was being covered a lot, and there's people who want to take a dunk on Tavares as a captain and the job he's done in Toronto. But I do think it's Matthews' time. I think it's his team. I think that Tavares, with 1 year left on his deal, I think that it makes sense to make Matthews the next captain. I'm kind of surprised that Tavares didn't get to remain captain for this coming season. I wouldn't even be surprised if they extend Tavares as well as Marner at some point this summer. Why, yes, this is a new hat. I got it the day we got on vacation, so I just threw it in the suitcase. Anyways, yeah, Matthews is set to become the captain in Toronto. You guys can let me know your thoughts. I can guess what the thoughts of people are going to be, but it's a little different if Matthews is captain than alternate captain, and so we'll see how things go this season for Toronto, which, as we're now less than 2 months away from the start of this next season, it looks like things are largely going to be the same in Toronto up front. They've changed the blue line, the goaltending's made changes, but up front things are going to be very similar to the team that got knocked out in the first round that last season. But every year's different, so we'll see what happens. Bob Stauffer is reporting that Evander Kane may very well start the season on LTIR. So we talked about Edmonton not that long ago and where the Oilers are at with their salary cap and everything. If Kane goes on LTIR, maybe they sign somebody or bring somebody in for the time being, but it's going to depend on how long he's going to be out. You don't want to bring somebody in and then have to cut somebody else when Kane comes back, but looks like it's going to be LTIR to start the season. I didn't see whether it was upper body or lower body. I'm guessing lower body, usually is. And of course, there will be a lot of comments of, well, why didn't he get the surgery earlier? The reality is that players don't want to go under the knife necessarily, and they'll work on rehabbing an injury for as long as they can. The team, much the same, because if you can rehab it, your recovery time should be less than if you have surgery. I know that's not true in all circumstances. I'm well aware, but this may have been one of those ones that they felt like if he could rehab it, it was better than having surgery. But it sounds like we're to the point where he's going to need surgery. So we'll see what happens. He's coming off of a bit of a down year by his standards. Of course, Edmonton beefed up their top six forwards a bit in the offseason so far, so maybe this gives them an opportunity to make another move. We shall see. A couple of two-way signings by the Calgary Flames, and these are re-signings. Jan Kuznetsov, defenseman. I don't believe he's any relation to Evgeny Kuznetsov. $775,000 at the NHL level, $100,000 at the AHL level, and Adam Klapka, who's a big kid, $775,000 at the NHL level, $100,000 at the AHL level, and a guarantee of $165,000 altogether. So if he plays the whole season in the AHL, he gets a bump up of $65,000 at the end of the year. I wouldn't mind having a bump up of $65,000 a year. I'll echo what was said on the Discord. Yeah, the channel numbers have been really low. I think a part of it's probably the Olympics. The Olympics have been dominating everybody's thoughts, and then it's the middle of summer, and it really has been kind of a quiet summer from the NHL's perspective after a very, very busy early July. So when I get home this coming Friday, I will start to do, or at the very least, set up the the season previews, because I do have 4 videos going live on the Friday that we come home. I've had before where I don't pre-record for the day I'm going home, and then we get delayed with traffic, or maybe the flight's delayed, and so I stress out a bit. But in this case, I don't have to stress about that. But yeah, so there you go. A little bit of news of the day. There's your mini board as the sun is setting here in Anaheim. And I'm going to go out, and I still have Pirates of the Caribbean we're going to do, and then we're going to do the Millennium Falcon ride tonight as well. I don't think we're going to have time to catch the fireworks. I don't think Yvonne's figured out. She did these fast passes, and I thought to myself, that's during the fireworks. I'm not sure that she's aware we're going to miss the fireworks, but it happens. It's all right. We're still here until Thursday, so tomorrow is our off day. We're not going in the park. I will be going to the Anaheim Ducks offices. I don't know if I'm going to be interviewing with Alexis for Duckstream. I assume that I will be, but if I'm not, I'm still going to have a jersey to show all you fine people on the internet as my guests, because I know that they were going to have one of the new jerseys for me. So we'll have that to look at tomorrow. I will do a video on that. I've also got some thoughts I'm going to post in the Disneyland video we're going to do tonight. When Yvonne and I get back to the hotel room every night, we do a video. Not like that. Get your mind out of the gutter. It's a publicly viewable video. Shame on you. But we're doing a video when we get home every night, and we talk about our experience in the park. And sitting in Tomorrowland, yeah, I have some thoughts. But we did do a live stream this morning. That was kind of fun. It was roughly an hour of a live stream. We went on the Dumbo ride first, and then we went over to do Storybook, because it looked like that was going to be quick, and it wasn't. So after that, we shut down the live stream and went off and did other rides. But if you want to see baby ducks, yeah, they're in that video, and they're cute as all heck. So, I mean, who doesn't love baby ducks? You don't? Really? Huh. That's too bad. You should. But yeah, we'll be posting a bunch of pictures and stuff on the Entertainment Guy as well. Doing a lot of different photos here, because there's all kinds of characters and all kinds of stuff that we're making sure that we get done while we're down here. So thank you guys so much for all your support. And I've seen people asking, like, well, why do you go down to Disneyland? Like, that just seems, aren't you too old for Disneyland? First off, I never got to go to Disneyland when I was a kid. Second off, Yvonne gets this little kid glee, this gleam in her eye when she comes down here that I don't see any other time of the year, other than maybe at Christmas, maybe on a birthday here and there. But here it's just this pure joy, and so that's why we come here now. We did go to Vegas previous years, but I had to make that decision this year, and I was like, that pure joy she feels at Disneyland, how can I rob her of that? So while I'm a bit of a crotchety old man, and I admit that fully, she's in her environment here. This is her home. So as much as I love Vegas, and I do, and we will return to Vegas at some point, and it has to be on the West Coast, like, just logistically it works. So if something happened at home, like we've got somebody watching the house, my mother's watching the house, if something happened, I can be home in 3 hours. And if we're on the East Coast, that's not necessarily as easy. Plus, you've got the time difference. So, I mean, if something happened, I can be home relatively quickly. But anyways, thank you guys so much for all your support. It does mean a lot. No, I can't drive home in 3 hours. No, I'm not aware of what the flight times are. I'm just saying there's the possibility I could be home in 3 hours. Anyways, all that aside, thank you guys so much for all your support. I hope you're having a great summer. But don't be allergic to the Discord. Get in there, get some topics going. Discuss Austin Matthews as the next captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs. How I can have a division champion Canucks hat. Why would I want that? They may never win the division championship again. That could absolutely be a thing. So right here, first time they won it since 2013, and now I'm going to go out and wear it in the park. So yeah, and then we also we sat at a table in Oga's Cantina today, and there was a guy there who does like beer league hockey, and he makes his own masks, like his own goalie masks, and they look freaking amazing. So at some point in time, I should have exchanged information with the guy, because it just occurs to me now, I would love to have a mask that looks like that with Canucks, Boston, and Dallas. Never occurred to me that would look great on the set behind me. Anyways, hey, I think of things eventually. In this case, too late. All right, thank you guys so much for all your support. It means a lot. Again, if you haven't already hit like and subscribe, please do so. I will talk to you again soon.